Hey everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey, and I am back with you today for another week in my memory planner. As you can see, I have my layout already laid out, my photos, and a bunch of really fun supplies from Elle Studio. So these are all little different items from the 'Tis the Season collection. They are perfect for this Christmas week in my memory planner. And then I'm also using a few different stamp sets that are just have moved swiftly into my favorite spot in terms of alphabet stamp sets. Look at how cute. These are all from the Malia collection. They are the uppercase, the lowercase, and the numbers, and they're really so fun and whimsical and cute, and they're going to look great. So as you can see, these are all Christmas themed items. So I will use different labels and die cuts and some tape like stickers to decorate my planner pages. And then I will also use the pocket cards to work in addition to all of those items in the page protector. So you can see there I'm sharing all of the little tape stickers. They are so cute. Not only are the designs adorable, but the tape has a really nice texture. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. So you can see I'm sharing with you a little closer look at each of the products, and those are the Malia stamps, and they're just adorable. And that date stamp is also super cute, and I think it's going to be really fun to work with. And the other thing is that Elle Studio has some great alphabet stickers as well. Now I'm going to pull out my memory planner, and I'm actually embarrassed to show you how thick it is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And those rings are 3-inch Levenger rings that I've added to this. I don't actually recommend them. They're way, way, way too big, and they're hard to turn. But it is what it is, and I'm making the best of it, so I'm not going to focus on it too much. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out the page. It makes it easiest for me to work with. I can write without any encumbering ring or discs or any bulkiness underneath. Now I'm pulling the die cuts out of the package mostly because I want to get a good look at them to see what I have available so I can use it in not only my planning but also in my decorating. And the best way for me to get an idea is by pulling them out. There are small pictures on the back of the packaging, which is awesome for referring to quickly, but for me it's best to see the size and the different shapes and stuff like that. Now I'm going to cover the afternoon on Monday. What I'm trying to do here is notate one simple event, and I'm going to use a little puffy sticker as well. Now this is the week before Christmas. My kids are out of school and we only have a few scheduled activities. So there are not that many things that I'm going to be writing this week. So when you see that this week is very, very heavy on embellishment and I'm using some supplies I wouldn't ordinarily use, that's why. I don't have to leave so much room for different activities and events and my typical planning. And that's what's really fun about this week. Now these Malia stamps and all of the stamps from Elle Studio are very, very high quality. And so what's awesome about that is that I'm able to use my favorite inks and stamp these up, and they look super cute. I'm using a Versacolor ink pad. It is a pigment ink. I buy my small ones online at joann.com, and you can get them really inexpensively for like under $2 for a whole bunch of different colors. So as you can see, I used the hand-drawn star to draw attention to that particular event, which happens to be a basketball game of my son's. And right above it, I had that we needed to pick my mom up at the airport, and I used that super cute little puffy sticker house to do that. Now I'm inking up this G stamp because I was thinking that I was going to spell out the word game, but I decided to not do that because I wanted to use these really cute label stickers, or they're actually not stickers, they're cut aparts. So they come in a little sheet, you use your small scissors and you cut them apart. What's kind of cool about that is that it keeps the cost really low, but you still get a whole set of really awesome labels, which are very versatile. Now there's some of that tape in action. I can't stress enough how the texture is really cool. And not only that, but they come in different sizes and then lots of different patterns. They're very, very cute. Now I'm going to use a little bit of adhesive on the back of that label, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it right to my page so that I can get it all set up. And I'm using another little puffy star to embellish that label as well. Now here is another little cool thing, a die cut from that package, and I think that ordinarily it's maybe designed to use the other way pointing downward, but in this upward configuration, it is so cute. And it was a great way to notate an activity that we had on Tuesday evening. Now you can see here I'm going to use these great red alphabet stickers. What's cool about these is that the color is really, really good. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of red, but what's great about these red ones is that the color is just really nice. It's kind of like a cherry red, and it really matches well, and it really has that festive theme and feel going for it. However, in the summer, using it for like a baseball layout or a 4th of July, it would fit perfectly as well. Now I'm just going to spell out my son's name right here, and then underneath that, then I will write the details of his basketball game right there. And it's just a different way to notate an event or an activity. It gets a little bit the same every week when you use some of the same supplies over and over again. So this is just a fun way to change it up and take a week that doesn't have very many things going on and make it really fun and decorative. Now I'm going to break out the number stamps, which are also so cute, and I'm going to write out the time of my mom's flight. Now there's obviously a whole lot of different ways to cover this and to treat this one activity, especially for a flight, because there's always so many different cute ways, but I thought it would be really fun to make the time stand out. I'm using a red VersaFine ink pad, and I am a big fan of VersaFine. It captures all the details. You will have really great success with it, and especially if you're a new stamper, that's something that you really want to pay attention to because you really want to set yourself up for success. Stamping does have a small learning curve, and it can be a little bit daunting at first, and so I think that using the correct and the best supplies can really help you. Now I just wrote the rest of the details regarding my mom's flight underneath the flight time, and didn't that turn out really cute? I'm very, very happy with it. Now I'm pretty much finished with events and activities for this particular week because, as I have mentioned ad nauseum, that this is the week of Christmas. So obviously I didn't have that many things going on. So now I can be a little bit more fun and add a little bit more decoration here. And I have a few different photos that I want to add, and I definitely want to make it as festive as possible since it's the week of Christmas. Now I'm going to pull out the pocket cards. They come in a little pouch like that, and there's just so many really cute designs, and they're really so fun. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out the ones that I think that I might like to use in the pocket pages, and then I know that I have a little space over on the right hand side that's pretty empty, and I'm curious as to if there's any of these cards that I could maybe use directly on the planner page. Now this one with the 3 houses is perfect because not only is it adorable and it's fairly basic, but it also goes perfectly with kind of the Christmas feel because not only are the houses color coordinated and decorated for Christmas, but obviously there's a lot of time spent at home, or at least for us, on Christmas. So that really is kind of the perfect color and theme. Now I'm looking through the photos that I already trimmed up, looking for the one of my sons with Santa Claus because it'll go perfectly in terms of the layering of all of these things together. Now not only do I want to layer the photo, which is very cute, with the card, but I also want to use some of these fun supplies as well to create just a really great little corner. Now this is where some of the ideas from scrapbooking come in because obviously this is all decorative and I'm not still adding events or activities, I'm just making it really cute. I'm going to layer a couple of these different tape strips right down here, and that Merry Christmas one is just so fabulous. I love it. It's just adorable, and I'm really happy that I chose to put it there because I think that the overall look is really fun. Now what I'm excited about for this particular week is that I'm able to do a bunch of things that I'm not able to do normally in terms of some extra photos and some extra decorations, since normally I have so many different activities and events to include that maybe there's not always room for, say, an entire pocket page card or something like that. But this week is a little bit different, and it's going to be a fun reprieve in my memory planner. Now in the upper portion of that pocket page card, I'm going to add another photo that I've trimmed down. It's approximately 2 by 2, but it's a little bit smaller. And then also add that little decorative label, and it's just really fun. Look at how that whole page really just has all kinds of different storytelling for the week of Christmas. Now over in the lower left-hand side, there's definitely still some room for decoration, and so I'm going to layer a couple more of those tapes. See, I wasn't lying, I really do love the tapes. And then this bicolored ampersand, it's got the pink and the red, and they all coordinate together, of course. The colors go together so well. It's just a little bit of fun and a little bit of whimsy, but it also keeps that lower left-hand corner grounded. Now also keeping in mind that in terms of decoration, I have that lower left-hand corner, the lower right-hand corner, and then the upper right-hand corner. So again, it's just important to remember because it makes that little visual triangle and it looks cute and it ties together all of the different decorative elements. Now as you can see, I did punch my little photo down there in between Tuesday and Wednesday, and again, I just really like that I'm incorporating that circle shape again. I think it has a sort of playful part to it that normally all the different rectangles and squares don't have, and so I think it's just a fun addition to that part of the page. Now I need to add one more little thing, and so I'm going to add that right there on the Friday morning slot. And I'm trying to figure out if I can layer a couple of elements together to make it look better, or if I'm best off with just that one little label. Sometimes it can just be really hard, especially when you have so many different cute supplies, but just because you have them doesn't mean you have to use them, and sometimes less is more. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to add this one little sprig of holly, and then take my Pilot permanent pen and I'm going to write Santa on it because I'm notating that we went to see Santa Claus. I'm very much a fan of less is more, and I like to leave some white space, and so I am perfectly happy with how this whole thing ended up. Now I've pulled out the pocket page from the back of my memory planner, which is where I keep all of my pocket pages, and this is one that has two 4x6s, and I'm actually not going to use it in that way. I'm just going to add 4 3x4s for each side, and that's really simple to accomplish. I can either use my sewing machine or my fuse tool to separate all the little pockets, or quite frankly you could leave it the way that it is. It's really not that important that they are separated, but there's lots of different ways to make the page protectors work for you or to customize them to what you need them to be. Now I'm choosing the 3x4 cards based on the photos that I already have, and you saw at the beginning the little notebook, the notes that I take, and the map that I make for the way that I'm going to add all the different photos. Now this one's really fun because it's a photo of my son putting out the milk and cookies, or beer and cookies in our case, for Santa on Christmas Eve, and it goes perfectly with the little gingerbread men and the milk. And then this one is also really fun. I love the red and the contrast. It's just really playful and festive like that. And then also being able to add the little die cut just adds a little bit of added touch, but it will keep it flat since it's a die cut on top of a pocket page card. Now I like to use a simple tape runner to adhere different elements to each other. They're inexpensive. You can pick them up at Michael's or at Target or at Walmart, and they'll cost you a few dollars, under $5 for sure, but you will not have any warping, you won't have any mess, they're easy to use, and like I said already, they're very inexpensive. So I highly recommend a tape runner if you are looking to add non-adhesive elements to your pages. You'll just be most happy that way, and it'll feel like this is actually being completed without it being work, and it's just really fun. So as you can see, I'm finishing layering or adding all of the different little bits and pieces to the pocket page cards on the back. So like right here, for example, I'm going to adhere that photo and then pull out another puffy sticker to make the cluster of presents. It gives it a little bit of dimension, and it's just really fun like that. The last thing I'm going to do is adhere this photo and then finish up putting all of the stuff away, and I am finished. Thank you so much for stopping by today and watching my video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you liked it. If you have any questions, leave them in the box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.